Here are some of top 10 business moguls in technology. 10. Marissa Mayer, worth an estimated $300 million. Marissa Mayer became the CEO of Yahoo in July 2012 after leaving Google the year before. While at Google, Mayer became their first female engineer and eventually worked her way to the top, becoming vice president of Google Product Search, until her demotion in 2010 to local maps and location services. After being appointed Yahoo as president and CEO, Mayer implemented several changes to the work environment and responsibilities of the employees, requiring all employees who previously worked remotely to commute to the office, and extending maternity and offering cash bonuses to new parents. Also, while at Yahoo, Marissa Mayer has become the defendant in 2 separate lawsuits claiming she has made sexist policies against male employees. 9. Tim Cook, worth an estimated $785 million. Tim Cook joined Apple in 1998 and worked his way up to Chief Operating Officer, working directly under CEO Steve Jobs before becoming CEO himself in 2011 when Jobs resigned. As CEO, Cook was met with opposition from many employees who resigned their positions or were removed soon after Cook took charge. Cook is praised with helping Steve Jobs bring Apple out of the slump it had receded into in the late 90s, and since his appointment as CEO has taken the company to a whole new level, including a closed summit with President Obama alongside other high-tech CEOs to discuss cyber protection after the NSA leaks by Edward Snowden. Cook was also in the media again in 2013, when he refused to aid the federal government in bypassing the safety codes on a phone so that its owner could be tracked. 8. Sheryl Sandberg, worth an estimated $1.28 billion. Sheryl Sandberg is yet another executive leaving Google for bigger and better things. Sandberg served as chief of staff for the Secretary of the Treasury while Bill Clinton was president, and left in 2001 to join Google as the vice president of global online sales and operations. Sandberg was working at Google when she met Mark Zuckerberg in 2007, and it was less than a year later when he hired her on as chief operating officer at Facebook. Sandberg became the first woman appointed to Facebook's board of directors, and has served on several others including the Walt Disney Company, Starbucks, and Women for Women International. 7. Reed Hastings, worth an estimated $1.57 billion. Reed Hastings is the CEO of Netflix, which he founded in 1997 with Mark Randolph. Before Netflix, Hastings first worked at Adaptive Technology before starting his first company, Pure Software, in 1991. Being an engineer, Hastings realized he did not have a head for business and tried to give up his position of Pure Software's CEO twice before learning business when the company went public 4 years later. After one merger in 1996 and another in 1997, Hastings left the company and moved on to found Netflix, not knowing whether it would be successful, let alone grow into the #1 online television site it is today. 6. Evan Spiegel, worth an estimated $2.1 billion. Evan Spiegel is the CEO of Snapchat and one of the youngest CEOs in the tech world at just 26. Born and raised in Southern California, Spiegel went to the Crossroads School for Arts and Sciences before going on to study product design at Stanford. The original idea for Snapchat is something Spiegel came up with as a class project, and Spiegel later left Stanford before finishing his degree to co-found Snapchat with classmates Robert Murphy and Reggie Brown. Spiegel is also the founder and CEO of Snap Incorporated, the producing company of Snapchat and Spectacles, a pair of glasses that can be linked with a consumer's Snapchat account. Here are some of top 10 business moguls in technology. 10. Marissa Mayer, worth an estimated $300 million. Marissa Mayer became the CEO of Yahoo in July 2012 after leaving Google the year before. While at Google, Mayer became their 5. Elon Musk, worth an estimated $11.2 billion. Elon Musk is currently the CEO and product architect of Tesla Motors and led the company to build its first electric car in 2008, the same year he took over as CEO. Musk's first company was Zip2, one he began with his brother with the help of startup money from their father. After the sale of Zip2, Musk received $22 million and moved on to co-found XCOM, which later merged with PayPal, which was later sold to eBay for $1.5 billion. Musk went on to found SpaceX and work with NASA on projects involving Mars before taking his role at Tesla Motors. 4. Huateng Pony Ma worth an estimated $21.9 billion. Huateng Ma is not only the CEO and executive board member of Tencent Incorporated, China's largest internet company controlling China's largest mobile messaging service, he is also the president and founder of the company. Ma graduated in 1993 with a Bachelor of Science in Computer Science from Shenzhen University and went on to found Tencent Incorporated in 1998. With the introduction of the company's first was modeled after one produced by an Israeli company and led the lawsuit that Tencent Incorporated lost in 1998. Ma was forced to take down his product website and change the product name to prevent any future lawsuits. 3. Larry Page and Sergey Brin, worth an estimated $39.5 billion and $38.6 billion respectively. Larry Page and Sergey Brin are grouped together because together they founded the largest, most successful internet search engine in the world, Google Incorporated. With Page as the company's CEO and Brin as the company's president, the company that started out in a rented warehouse, surviving on the solicitations of Page's and Brin's family, friends and employees from Google's parent company Alphabet Incorporated grew to own and control several online companies, including YouTube. Today Page retains his position as CEO of Google with Brin continuing as the company's president. 2. Mark Zuckerberg worth an estimated $50.4 billion. Mark Zuckerberg is the co-founder, chairman and CEO of Facebook, one of the largest social media pages in the world. Zuckerberg started out writing software in middle school before he was eventually given private tutoring by software developer Davin Newman. Zuckerberg studied psychology and computer science while at Harvard but later dropped out to complete and launch Facebook. After the social media page was launched, Zuckerberg was sued and settled out of court because 3 of his Harvard classmates claimed he had used their ideas to build a competing website after agreeing to help them create one of their own. Facebook is still one of the most widely used social media sites, making Zuckerberg the 5th richest man in the world. 1. Jeff Bezos worth an estimated $65.6 billion. Jeff Bezos is the CEO of the largest online retailer in the world, Amazon.com. Bezos left his family's Texas ranch to study engineering at Princeton University and began his career on Wall Street as a computer tech. He worked with companies such as Fiddle, Bankers Trust, and D.E. Shaw and Company. After leaving his cozy hedge fund job, Bezos created Amazon.com, working out of his garage. After Amazon became the success it is today, Bezos went on to found Blue Origin, which took him into the field of spaceflight. Bezos hopes that Blue Origin will be able to begin taking commercial passenger flights into space as early as 2018. Bezos is also an investor with Google, MarketBot Industries and Pro.com, among several others that have been funded in some part by Bezos' expeditions.